Hi guys, it's Rain Foxy. Oh my god, my voice. Hi guys, it's Rain Foxy, and today Ragtime's getting a bath because he's a dirty boy. So I was debating what kind of video I wanted to film, whether it was like really informational or not, and camera battery is kind of dying and I'm lazy, so this is just going to be a little video chronicling this wonderful experience. So I'm sure you guys have a good time and maybe you'll pick up on something interesting. So I'm in my bathroom. There's a bathtub right here. Can't get a great camera angle of it, but you know. So I'm just going to start filling up the tub. I have detergent here. Most people recommend you use something like Woolite or like something really gentle, but like as long as it doesn't have bleach in it, you're good to go. So I'm going to start filling up the bathtub with room temperature water and put a little bit of this in here. So that'll be fun. So this is like a good amount of water. It's not too hot, so it won't melt the fur. And here's where the fun part begins. We just kind of get the body, throw it in. Most suits are easier to wash than Ragtime because Ragtime's tail is attached, which makes things interesting, and I probably should have thought this out better when I put it in, but I'm just kind of get it in there. Get them all nice and wet. What most people who have never washed a suit before don't consider is that fur gets a lot heavier when it's wet. Ragtime fully wet is like 2 times heavier than I am. Like, not even lying, it's really heavy. He's all wet. So at this point I'm just gonna do this to the fur, you know, wash out all that dirt that's in there. So I'll get back to you guys when I finish this fun process. So at this point I've given all the fur kind of a nice little scrub. Everything's kind of good. And as you can maybe tell, he's really heavy. I'm having trouble just lifting part of his foot. So it is at this point that I'm going to turn him inside out. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to try and do it while he's heavy or try and drain him and go again first. So I'll probably try it while he's heavy. I've done it before. But just his tail over here is just too much. So I can't turn him all the way inside out because of his tail, but I can do it most of the time, and then I'll scrub on the inside, you know, where most of the sweat gets, and we'll go from there. So he's all turned out right now, and I did the same thing I did to his backing, and you can see there's his attached padding right here. So at this point, we're kind of done with the cleaning process, and now we have to get him dry, which is also a struggle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start draining the water over here, if I can get around his tail, which is heavy. And we'll start going by water. Because right now he easily weighs over 100 pounds. And I'm not strong to begin with, so there's no way I could lift him. Even if you did, you don't want to lift a suit that's wet like this because the fur will stretch out and that will suck. So you kind of want to drain the water out. Some people will fill the water again, clean, but we're going to throw them in the washer, so we don't really need to do that. It'll just get wet again. And then start squeezing the water out of them. So as you can probably see right here, here's like one of the arm sleeves. And if I just, well, squeeze, a bunch of water drips out. So once all the water drains out of here, I'm gonna just squeeze some of the water out of him until he's light enough that I can put him, voila, in this basket so I can carry him down to the washing machine. So I think he's just about light enough for me to lift. At this point, if you wanted to run the shower or start the bath again with clean water, you could, but I don't really see a point, so I'm not going to do it. And alright, so I gotta lift from the bottom here. I should probably take my socks off because I think I'm going to have to stand in the tub. Here we go, folks. lot of water. And he will just go in the bag. So now, Ragtime smells good and I'm wet. So here's my washing machine. See, and there's my cat. Hi, kitty. So the parts that can be turned inside out are, and then his tail is just kind of in there, it'll be fine. So close that up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna select delicate, right? See, that's important. And make sure it says cold. If anything else, cold. And we're not putting any detergent in there because we already washed him with soap in the bathtub. So this is just for spinning all the remaining soap out of the bodysuit and getting him drier, because he'll actually come out almost completely dry, which is super nice. So if we hit start, he will start going, and that'll be out in 43 minutes, which gives us time to wash the rest of him. So since his tail is attached, all I have left are his feet, his paws, and his padding. And it's literally the same exact process. We're going to fill up the tub again. We're going to put soap in there and scrub it. His feet, usually I take the most dirt off is the bottoms of his feet. So I'll give that special attention, but otherwise it's all the same. Boop. This is such a joy to do all the time. Just throw that in there. But again, just push it down. The feet are probably the things that take the longest to dry, because there's just so much foam in it. It just gets so much water in it. The tail's not that bad actually, but so we'll just get all this stuff wet, and then we do the scrubby. We can't turn these inside out. I tried with the hands once and it was just way too much work, so I just put my hands in there and just scrub. So yeah, time to do that. So his feetsies and his paws are nice and clean now. No more dirt on them. The other thing I can't get is, you can see this little spots into his claws. It's where the yellow has been like worn away. So it's not dirt, it's just, there's no yellow there anymore, you know? Alright. Check that out. And I will squeeze like a gallon of water out of this, I'm not even kidding. After this finishes draining, but I'll squeeze the water I can out of them. I'll put them aside, and then once the bodysuit comes out of the wash, I will put this in the, oh, I didn't wash his padding. I'll do it some other day, whatever. I'll just put it in the wash anyway, and it'll be good. So I'll take care of that, and we'll see when the bodysuit comes out of the dryer. No, not the dryer, the washer. That thing, yeah. So his bodysuit came out of the wash relatively dry. As you can see, the fur is just a little damp and disheveled, but otherwise he's pretty much the same weight he normally is, so I went ahead and hung him up. If your suit is still wet, especially if it's still dripping, don't hang it up. Squeeze the water out and wait for it to be damp like this before you hang it up. And while he's still damp, I'm just going to go ahead and brush out the fur so it lays nice and flat, so you can see a huge difference there. And I'll do that with the back of the suit and the front, and then go put his paws and his feet into the wash so they can be washed too. And he's all brushed out now, so once he finishes drying all the way, he will be good as new. And he smells nice and clean now. Now, we're just going to, I grab an old pillowcase. Bam, old pillowcase. We're going to put the paws and hands, feet, paws, hands, whatever, inside this pillowcase, and again, put it in the washing machine on the delicate spin cycle cold. So the hands and especially the feet came out a lot wetter than the bodysuit, so they're still pretty heavy. So basically just the same thing though. I'm going to brush them out so they dry, you know, looking nice. And the hands will probably be dry by this evening, and the feet sometimes take a couple days to fully dry out, so I'm just going to leave them in the bathroom with the fan on so that they, you know, don't get moldy or anything. Don't put them away when they're wet, obviously. But that's pretty much it. I'll spot clean the head and the neck a little bit later. I just use some like alcohol spray for that. But as you can see, this wasn't particularly intensive because he wasn't really that dirty to begin with. I just wanted to get some of that, convention stank off of him. So just a little maintenance thing I do after conventions. Pretty easy. A little time consuming, but there's really nothing difficult about it, and it keeps Ragtime looking nice and fresh. So I hope you guys maybe enjoyed this. I'm not sure. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon.